Are you mentally prepared?
I'm mentally prepared, everyone, because it's episode 724 of Aussie Tech Heads, recorded 16th of the 5th, 2021. And yes, a little bit later this week, we're coming to you on a nice, sunny, warm Gold Coast morning. I'm not sure what it's like in Toowoomba, but we'll ask Paul in a minute. But before we get to all that, my name is Glenn Goodman, and welcome to another episode of Aussie Tech Heads. Jace and Warlock and Will are off on a little week off this week. Will had already had some damage or something, some storms, and his NBN got fried, so he's in a world of pain up there. But thanks for joining us anyway. You can join us also on our socials at facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads, youtube.com/Aussie Tech Heads. And we do have a Twitter, but no one ever uses that, so don't worry about that one. And thank you to our Patreon supporters who kindly donate and help us run everything like the Aussie Tech Radio, which you can find at aussietechradio.com, which is a 24/7 wall-to-wall streaming of tech podcasts from around Australia. That's right. You just jump in wherever you are on the server stream, you jump in and just listen. It's great. So thanks to Kate, the Bouncing Yellow Skull, and Chris, and also Andrew on the PayPal. Other patrons who want to remain anonymous. But anyway, we thank you for your contribution as well. So let's get into let's see Paul. See what Paul's up to this week. What are you doing, Paul?
G'day, Glenn. I've got it's pretty cool. So it's warmer at the Gold Coast, eh?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I don't know where my phone is, but it's probably, I don't know. Let me have a look. Let me have a little peek. I'll tell you how hot it is, or how nice it is. It's a warm 18.
Oh, okay. Well, it's only 12 degrees here.
All right. Yeah, nice sunny. It's a beautiful day. No wind. It's absolutely magic. That's what
I can imagine that. That sounds good.
Beautiful one day, perfect the next.
Mind you, I don't mind 12 degrees. That's
yeah. Well, 12's a bit cool. I'd rather rather a little bit warmer. But anyway, yeah. So anything new in your world that you want to tell us about? No pregnancies or anything?
No. Well, I'm not pregnant, fortunately.
Good. You want to divulge?
No. It's all these long weekends have been. It's throwing you a bit of a spin at times. Hopefully, you have to get in this week, a 5-day week again.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the 5-day weeks there. You only do 5 days, aren't you? A 7-day a week man, you know.
Oh, well, 5 days a week when you actually when businesses are open and things like that, because we are on holidays, so as best we can when we have a weekend.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, good stuff. So Sunday. So just do a quick show today. This week, and then I'm going out and going to go and do something this beautiful day. But let's talk about something not so beautiful, and that's the ransomware attacks. So you would have heard that over in California, there's some big colonial pipeline company reportedly paid about between $4 and $5 million US to hackers in order to get its pipeline back up and running. And apparently this is a growing number of cases of outsized payments. So a number of companies are paying lots of money to be de-ransomwared. So,
I just wonder if they're actually getting ransomware unlocked, though.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, because I'll tell you a little story a bit further on. Just let me get a screenshot for everyone, and so you can follow the bouncing ball as we go. And we do this. There we go.
That's got it.
Well, there's 5 things you need to know, but before we need to know those things, I'll show you the picture. Oh, what's that noise? Hang on. Mute. So ransomware attacks are on the rise. And yes, we have heard of a bit about them over the last couple of months. There's been a 57% increase, in fact, in organizations affected by ransomware within the last 6 months, and a 9% monthly increase since the beginning of the year. So US sees the most ransomware attacks of any single country, with 12% of attack attempts globally. So the US is in trouble, aren't they, with these things? The size of the payments is ballooning, apparently. The average cost of ransomware nearly tripled to $312,493 in 2020. Well, that's not very much, is it? The cost of ransomware nearly tripled. The average cost of ransomware. Okay, so that's the average. Okay, so this colonial place paid $4 million or so. So, geez. Yeah, so both the highest amount paid and the highest amount demanded doubled by 10 million and 30 million. The cybersecurity firm that this was doing all this was Checkpoint and the Palo Alto networks. Now, apparently, what was your question? You were saying, do they get the encryption keys? Well,
no, yeah, or do they get it unlocked and stuff? Yeah.
Well, hopefully, double extortion is also now common, and which is the criminal practice of first encrypting data so victims can't access computer systems, and second, threatening to leak the data to coerce victims into paying a ransom. Sometimes the data leak is a separate ransom, so the victim is being extorted for two payments. And now along comes a triple extortion is on the menu. Oh, the menu just ever grows. Encrypting and leaking data, plus using distributable denial of service DDoS attacks to shut down victim websites. So the best way to avoid ransomware is to have a carefully crafted data backup strategy. Wouldn't you think that these people would have a backup strategy? I don't understand.
The bigger the company, the higher risk that's involved, and there's more stakeholders.
But surely they'd have a backup plan, you would think.
Yeah, sure.
What was that? You just broke up a bit.
Surely they'd have a USB drive somewhere to back up onto.
Yes. Yeah, well, little USB thumb drive. Yeah, for all the colonial. Yes, but like you would think. Like, I don't know. I've got backups. Like I don't understand why wouldn't you just have like Colonial should have all their systems just duplicated on the Amazon cloud or the Azure cloud or somewhere.
Yeah, maybe if they got physical backups of servers, maybe it's problems with the fact that the backups also have they're encrypted as well, because it can be based on time rather than actual location or actions.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I suppose that's why you back up and take it offline or something. Like I've got.
But even if you have something, you back it up. You could potentially back it up with a virus in it. Then then it's sitting there in the cupboard on the drive with its activation, and basically when they get their data on their local server or whatever it is, becomes encrypted. They then get the backup one, go to restore that, only to find out that the data, the second it's restored, is encrypted anyway.
Well, as far as I know, the ransomware or you have to, a bit of software has to run so the encryption can be performed. And a lot of the times the software is run by clicking on links in emails. And I don't know about you, but I'm getting an increase in SMS, just random SMS messages, just saying like, you've bought an Apple Mac and you go here for something or other. And like they don't make sense, these texts and the links, but there's got links in them. So I guess I don't hit the link, I just block that number straight away. But I guess if you hit the link, maybe it takes you to somewhere where else. I can't read you a message because I block them all. And now I don't have them even in my list anymore. Here we go. Oh, no, nothing. Is this one of them? Hang on. Your order is ready. Please complete the import handling charges to receive your item. And then there's a link. So who knows where that goes? But anyway.
Yeah, the link is probably not a virus itself, but it probably links. It just tries to fish for information to try and it'll just ask for, who are you? Or you clicked on this link, well done. No, just put your name in here so we can search for your item for delivery, and then have to secure this with a credit card. Please put in credit card details. And they just seem to. They start with a little bit just saying, "Oh, you've got an item available." Before you know it, you've got all sorts of private info and they haven't authenticated it all.
Yeah, so look, the experts say, here's the experts' tips. The best way to avoid a ransomware attack, have the carefully crafted backup strategy. Imagine what would happen if you physically lost your device. How would you start over? How would you get your data back? Keep your data backed up physically separate, disconnected, and offline, so criminals have no way of getting at your backup too. Ransomware must find a way into your system. Use secure multi-factor authentication, which is a pain in the bum, really. Use strong passwords that are not repeated across different accounts. Keep the software on your devices up to date and not clicking in emails. That two-factor authentication, like I've got that on a lot of my stuff. And look, it just slows everything down.
Yeah, it does. It certainly can, but it is the future. I've got my article. I've got an article I want to talk about regarding two-factor authentication.
Well, okay. Well, we'll have a look at that in a second because we'll have a look at that now. I think let's move on from that. I'm finished with ransomware. We all know what that's all about and how to avoid it. And we are pushed for time. So, let's do your one because that sounds interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Google moves towards getting rid of passwords. Google has acknowledged what we all know, that passwords are painful, not secure, and likely to be used for multiple accounts without any changes. Now the company wants to do away with them altogether. Google announced that it is making two-step verification its default setting for all Google accounts.
Right.
I'll continue on the next couple of paragraphs. Mark Rocha, Director of Product Management, in a blog post, one of our best ways to protect your account from a breached or bad password is by having a step verification in place. Another way for your account to confirm it's really you logging in. Google has been doing this for years, ensuring that your Google account is protected by layers of verification. Soon we'll start to automatically enroll users in 2SV. Not sure what that is. That's probably two-factor authentication. 2SV if their accounts are appropriately configured. Using their mobile device to sign in gives a safer and more secure authentication experience than password alone.
It's two-step verification.
Two-step verification, yeah. And now they say two-factor authentication. I thought it up earlier. Anyway, soon we'll see automatic. Sorry, I read that. The company also touted its recently announced password passwords to be saved in the password manager. That's password manager's the thing that manages passwords in Google Chrome and on Google devices. A program that does away with the need to re-enter passwords on Google devices and in Chrome. Last paragraph there. One day we hope stolen passwords will be a thing of the past because passwords will be a thing of the past. One day we hope stolen passwords will be a thing of the past. Oh, because passwords will be a thing of the past. Concludes Rocha. But until then, Google will continue to keep your password safe. I reckon two-factor authentication is going to be default on anything important in the future.
Well, I think it's probably the way we should be going. But what I'm going to try and look, just talking about it now, and it's been rumbling around in the back of my mind for a while, is I'm going to look into these YubiKeys. So because I only do most of my stuff at the office here where I am now, and if I've got a key in the computer, as far as I know, you never have to worry about the passwords and 2FAs again.
It auto enters into you get a password field comes up and it fills it, does it?
Well, I'm not exactly sure how it actually works, but I know it helps you. It saves a lot of crap.
That's a physical device, and if it's not plugged in, it doesn't work.
It authenticates you somehow. But I was hoping to get a bit of a about and what it's all a read of what it's all about succinctly. But it's the site just goes on and on with just rubbish.
Okay. I wonder. I bet you it's likely have to have a piece of software installed on the device you've got it plugged into, or is it USB only?
I'm going to go. I'll get one, and I'll tell you what it's all about. So, so we go here. What does it say? Stop account takeovers, go passwordless, and modernize your multi-factor authentication. Get the YubiKey for superior quality, user experience, and return on investment. So there we go. So I might go and try and do something like that. I'll let you know how we go.
Yeah. See, I use Dashlane. Plenty of people use LastPass.
I use LastPass.
Yeah, Dashlane integrates, or up until a bit dark on Dashlane, they used to integrate with. I've got a fingerprint reader, and I go to a website and go log in and say, I go to log in and say, oh yeah, scan your fingerprint to log in, which is really handy. It means I don't have to type anything, and it's going in a split second. But Dashlane made some huge software updates recently, and they decided to rescind until further notice that they're working on integrating the password, the fingerprint reader again. But I've lost access to my password inside Dashlane, and that was a whole flaming reason I went with Dashlane, because they integrated with fingerprint. And then about 12 months after I got it, they ditch it. Well, they didn't ditch it, but they say they're working on it.
Yeah.
I said, hey, that's not on. I went with you for this exact reason, and then you dropped it anyway. I said, hey, how about you pay me $55 annual membership? Oh, we can go once up $10 as $10 refund as goodwill. Yeah, no. That's not really gonna cut it. When that's the whole reason I went with it. I will switch to LastPass, but
I was
LastPass had a massive change too.
In monetizing, the way they monetize.
Yeah, they're a lot dearer.
They're probably they're not dearer, I wouldn't say, as Dashlane, but for free. It used to all be for free, but now for free you can either have it only on one type of device, like a desktop or a mobile device. So if you want it on both, then you got to pay. And I think it's not dear. I think it might be about $50 a year. I paid for it. I tried to use a combination of Dashlane and LastPass, and it's not worth it, eh? For $55.
Oh, no
it's
way.
Just not worth it. You just pay it and be done with it. But anyway, let's move on, because I've got another one here just quickly. Elon Musk and his Bitcoin, whatever he's doing with that. He's denounced Bitcoin now after he bought 1.5 billion. He's denounced it because of the insane amount of energy used to produce Bitcoin, doubling down on his sudden rejection of the cryptocurrency a means of payment over environmental concerns. So surely he would have known all about this when he bought it. So what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. So he's gone in, he's bought his 1.5 billion, and overnight, right, drove the price up from about, I don't know, 50,000 to 70,000 overnight. And now he's out of it. But, you know. But anyway, but to his defense, I will tell the whole story. Not all of it, apparently. He's only sold 10% of his 1.5 billion. He's kept the rest of it, but still. And then, so this guy, I think, he's going to be, he's not going to be one to be taken seriously if he keeps carrying on like this, because further down here, I've got another one. He's into Bitcoin, he's out of Bitcoin. Then he announced last Sunday or Sunday before that his commercial rocket company SpaceX would accept Dogecoin as payment to launch a lunar mission next year, just hours after he sent the cryptocurrency spiraling downward when he called it a hustle.
Yeah. So he's driving that show.
He's just out there playing with it all. So, because I remember, someone told me about Dogecoin. Get onto it. It's going off. And then I thought, I'm not getting into all this. And then that was just a joke or whatever. He's just playing with it. So his credibility's out the window for me. But look, Bitcoin sank 17% to its lowest since March 1st on Wednesday after Elon's comments. So it's still worth 50,000 US, which is all right.
Bitcoin itself, not Ethereum or whatever. I thought he was involved in some. Oh, there was Dogecoin, but I thought there was another one he was involved in.
Oh, I don't know. I know he bought a lot of Bitcoin, and then he sold 10%. So he's made 100 million, just like that. So maybe he's had to keep he's only sold 10% to keep a bit of face, but who knows?
Maybe,
all right. Well, let's leave that one. And a quick one before I've got two more quick ones, and then we can do yours. Your last one.
We've done, if we got time, it's a short one anyway.
You might have opened your emails through the week, and if you've got Microsoft Outlook Desktop or whatever it's called, Office 365 Outlook, and there'd be no emails there. What was the bug? There was no actual text in the emails, and it happened to me, and I thought, what's going on here? I rebooted. I'm going, what's going on? I've tried the Office repair thing. Nothing. I still couldn't get back. What's going on? Have I lost these emails or what? I spent about 20 minutes. I went to outlook.com, and there they were. They were all there. So I'm thinking, okay, there's something funny going on. But I came across a site that I do use regularly called Bleeping Computer. And I thought, look, if anyone's going to know what's going on, it's Bleeping Computer. So this is just a tip for you guys. If you want to know what's going on, go to Bleeping Computer as well, because they have I'll try and get a Oh, where's me? Copy this here. Copy, paste, and go. They know what's going on. So I went there. They, oh, yes, Outlook problems. And I went, cool.
Okay, the first one, was it?
Yes. So could have saved me 20 minutes. But anyway.
Actually, I did have an I didn't know about this, but I did have a Outlook and a whole Microsoft Office outage for one of my clients. And I didn't update and that fixed it, but I didn't come across this.
Yeah, so there was no text in the thing. So what their workaround was you had to just revert back to a previous version. It was a Microsoft update that was the problem. And that
I bet you that was a problem because I was the client in the office, and all I did updates. I was down for fix. They probably fixed the patch it and update. Then I didn't update and it was fine. So I bet you that was it.
But to me, like when it's things are reported as or the worldwide outage of the Outlook or the worldwide outage of this, the worldwide outage of that, like don't these guys test it? Don't they load it up after they've done the update code and go, let's just test this? Like,
well, it's not everyone. They test on. There's only certain number of machines they test on, and the world is a lot bigger than anything like the testing levels they've got. And I think Microsoft is good at there in the public and saying it's finished. Here, use it, and if there's a problem, just let us know. We'll look after you.
And my last one for this week is big. And this is quite funny, I reckon. Big W joins Officeworks in pausing sale of Apple AirTags over child safety.
Now, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, but what I reckon is quite funny. Let me get this article up for you so you can have a peek at this while I'm talking. Now, why I find this so funny because it says it has here Apple has been dealt. Oh, hang on, where does it go? Stop mucking around, website. Apple has been dealt a heavy blow as major stores boycott its new product.
A Seek job app.
I thought I had
what a website.
And like I'm thinking, a heavy blow. Big W and Officeworks, two Australian companies, a heavy blow to Apple.
Yeah, they're going to go broke now, aren't they?
Yeah, good story. Epic Games, Fortnite. They can't sort Apple out. And Big W, blah, blah. So this goes on and says, Big W, JB Hi-Fi have joined the list of retail chains banning the sale of Apple new AirTags due to child safety concerns. In late April, Apple unveiled its own version of the Tile technology, that the device that uses to track you where your personal belongings through Bluetooth. However, that's all been banned because of apparently little kids might be able to do a two-step unlock of the device to pop out the little battery, which they might swallow. So that's the whole problem. So good on Big W, JB Hi-Fi, and Officeworks for being socially, concerned about these things. But come on, come on. You can buy those batteries. You go down to Big W and JB Hi-Fi and Officeworks, you buy those little batteries that fit into them off the shelf anyway at the height of a child. And surely
So carry on.
If they can get out, if they can open up the little Apple AirTag thing, whatever you call it, they can open up a little plastic battery thing and swallow it if that's what they want to do.
Yeah, there's a couple of comments I have on that. Probably knowing Apple, for what they are, they're probably a reasonably expensive item. For what they. Yeah. Now you're not gonna for $45 worth. You're not just gonna stick on the cupboard. You're not. Yeah, like will kids actually come in contact with that much? And the other thing is, these batteries. There's plenty of other things. Like my roller door remote control has a battery in it that they can swallow just easily, and it's no more secure than that.
No, that's right. Yeah, look, I don't know what's going on here, but that was just a crazy write-up. Like, Apple, it's like they've fallen to their knees because Big W has said, we're not selling your tags. Oh my God!
Big W is probably 0.0000001% of their sales.
Yeah, it's probably come along the desk of the under manager of the tags, and they've gone, sir, we've got Big W, not going to sell our tags. And the under manager said, who?
See, they probably know who Big W is.
Yeah, they go, who? Big W? What's that?
Yeah, that's okay. They think they can not sell their products. That's fine.
Yeah, JB, doesn't he work for us? Oh, JB Hi-Fi. Never heard of him. Yeah.
I wonder if it was written by an Australian journalist. Probably was.
What a joke. Who wrote this? Evan Priest. Give yourself an uppercut. All right. And look, one more thing just quickly, just to let you know that the Apple Watch has now got the ECG functionality on it. You got to update the iPhone and the Apple Watch to the latest software, and then you'll be able to punch up the ECG through the health app. So I did it, and it works okay. I'm still alive. Heart's still going, so that's good. And Paul, do you want to just comment on one of those ones? Did you have something else to do? Facebook, just quickly?
Quickly, yeah. Facebook tests prompt to stop people sharing articles they haven't read. That is not rocket science. They're basically, if someone clicks on something and tries to share it without actually, and Facebook can detect that it hasn't been read, it'll simply throw up a little notification. I can't bring that up. It's not clickable, but basically it has words the effect of, "Are you sure you want to share this? You haven't read it, and we're trying to stop misinformation."
You were about to share an article without opening it.
Yeah. And
sharing articles without reading them may mean missing key facts. Oh, they're so good to us, aren't they?
Yeah, they probably should have done that. Like, I bet you it wouldn't have been complex technology to assess that. So why didn't they do this when the problem actually started a problem?
Yeah, but they're so good to us. Like, we need help and guidance. Like with these things, like we read things and we might be misinformed. So I'm glad that someone's looking after us. I'm glad Big Brother's out there just patting us on the back and making sure we go down the right path in life. That's good.
Maybe they should go another step further and not, unless you've test, what they should have is, if it's an important article, especially political or health-based or something like that, at the end of it, before you can post, you can forward that or post that article to prove not only you've read it, but you know what it's about as well.
Well, I think that just the nature of social media and how it is, I think it is the Wild West. And like, if you've got something to say, you say it, true or not. Isn't it up to the reader to figure out if it's BS or not?
Yeah, they're trying to remove that stigma from Facebook. Let's not be the Wild West like we're supposed to be.
Yeah, but by doing that, there's this rule, isn't it, called the safe harbor rule or something, where because they're not deemed responsible for what people put on their site, they get that leniency, or they're afforded that privilege. So that, like, if you wrote up there and said, I don't know, you defame someone, right? Then Facebook's not responsible for what you said. So, but what happens is they lose that comfort, they lose that leniency if they start becoming a publisher. If they say, well, we're going to say, well, you can put that, you can't put that, you can put that, you can't put that. So because they start becoming an actual publisher, then they're editing stuff. Well, then there's what they're saying, that this safe harbor rule does no longer apply to them. That's what the big challenge is over in the US at the moment.
And therefore, they could end up becoming liable for allowing something. So therefore, it defeats the whole purpose of Facebook and the internet was designed for.
So that's the thing. They've either just got to let it all go, whole as bullet, just let it go, let it rip. It's like illegal. That's come across there. It's illegal, but like misinformation is not illegal. Someone's opinion is not illegal. And you just got to work out for yourself. We're not stupid. But anyway, let's leave it there, because it's a little show this week. We're all under the pump, and I want to get outside in this beautiful 18-degree day, just getting warmer. All right.
So 12 degree here, thank you.
A brisk 12 degrees. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, everyone, for joining us this week. We'll be back again soon with another show. Will and Jace will be back, no doubt, on Thursday. So thanks again. And you can catch us on YouTube, the Facebook, and listen to our past catalogue of 723 shows. All right. Until then, thanks, and see you later. See you, Paul.
Thank you. See ya all.